T-Squad! T-Squad! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for another exciting adventure in the
As-
comic book universe. In the world of news, this week we learned that comic book movies are even more prolific than ever, several winning awards for
Special effects.
Yeah,
effects, action, sci-fi.
Yeah.
4 Oscar nominees. We got
Right.
Guardians, Cap, Winter Soldier,
Yep.
and what's the other one?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6 for best
Animated?
animation or best
Yeah.
animated feature.
Fantastic.
And
Great movie.
Days of Future Past.
The X-Men, yeah.
Guardians, Cap, and X-Men, all for visual effects.
Yeah.
And I think their only major competition is Interstellar. So
Right.
it's a pretty good chance that a comic movie will win an Academy Award this year.
Which is totally awesome.
Yeah.
Even getting, congratulations just for getting nominated,
Yeah. Yeah. Big
So, yeah.
congrats out there to everybody that worked on these films. They're, I feel we've crossed a threshold to where they're viewed as
Relevant.
legitimate art now.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful time to be a comic book fan.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Yeah.
For sure.
And speaking of Guardians, the soundtrack went platinum this week.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of classic rock.
There
on
is some good, some of that.
It's
good.
pretty rocking tracks.
A good 70s, yeah. Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
You guys seismically stable over there?
No. There have been a lot of quakes in our area.
Yeah,
What other news?
Cali.
Somebody dropped out of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Tom Hardy dropped out of Suicide Squad.
Like him. That's a shame.
Yeah.
A lot of good people in it, though. It's going to be watchable, hopefully.
Yeah.
Practically immediately, they said that sources that are close to the production said that they're actively courting Jake Gyllenhaal to replace him in the role.
He's solid.
He's good, yeah.
It'd be his first comic movie as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I am still a little bit bummed that they passed over Keanu for Doctor Strange.
He wanted to do it. He was talking about doing
it. It would have
it.
been great, man. But no, we got to give Benedict Cumberbatch another movie.
Well, plus Keanu's going to keep doing
he won't be good at it, but Keanu would have been. He would have just sunk his teeth into it so hard.
Yeah, do you think it might, a lot of these actors are getting, they're, getting these contracts to do these multiple movie deals, and they kind of get stuck with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
don't know.
That's kind of why I'm worried about, one of the reasons why I'm worried about Cumberbatch is because, okay, he's now officially Doctor Strange, and they've got plans for Doctor Strange, the character, in lots of movies for the next 10 years.
Sure. Cumberbatch isn't a horrible actor by any stretch.
Oh, no. That's kind of why I'm worried, is because he's up and coming. He's going to be getting offered much better roles. Not that it's not a shit role, but
Yeah.
he's locked himself into that. So
Just get Chris Evans to do it at some point.
Yeah. I mean, how many different Hulks have there been?
Like 8.
yeah, seriously.
There's a different Hulk, but I mean, it seems like I don't know if they're getting. I think they got better with each Hulk. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
my opinion. Yeah.
Ed Norton was great.
All three of them were great.
But
in their own way.
Yeah, they were. But as far as the character,
actor,
yeah,
but Ruffalo's good. He's serviceable. I think that's all the news we have. Let's get into our books of the week. Who's going first?
News to reviews.
Wolverines number 2.
Wolverines.
Great cover, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only
in
comic
my
book-
opinion, the best thing about the book.
Yeah.
Reminds you of what?
The cover's, in my opinion, the best thing about the book.
I did like
Wolverines.
Yeah, I liked the kind of the shift. I mean, it didn't surprise anybody really that it wasn't Nick Bradshaw this month.
We all knew it was going to happen. Different artist.
You know, and she's not.
I generally liked the artwork.
There are definitely some good panels.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Or well, the first half, the artwork for the first half was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The switch
Alice
up was
Borges.
kind of like, all right, it's a little too. It's like, all right, yes, you know how to use Adobe Illustrator.
I actually was kind of impressed by some of the what are they called? Well, I'll get to that. I like the part where it's like a change in tone as the sun goes down over the desert. The colors in this book are phenomenal.
Yeah, I will give it that.
Israel Silva and Israel Silva and Brett Smith did a great job with the colors. I don't mind Alison Borges' art. It works. Kind of reminiscent of Jay Lee, maybe. Kind of dark.
Yeah.
And then, but I do like at the end, especially if you use the app, if you read them digitally, the striking difference between like the next to last page, which is Wolverine's body, that's like the contrast in colors between aquamarine
spoilers!
and red.
Don't.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna put
spoilers.
up the damn little spoiler video thing at the beginning. We don't.
Yeah. The contrast
Anyway,
in
you were saying?
that image where you're looking down at his body
Yeah.
with the turquoise surrounded by red, and then the next page is you're looking up at her, at a character that's
Ooh,
going
nice.
to the book.
No, I did not pick up on that.
It's light purple and
that's a good
brown.
dichotomy. I have no idea who Phantomel is, or why we should care about her, that she's gonna save the day and get them, into Sinister's compound.
Yeah,
You know, normal comic book cliffhanger stuff right there.
it's
you
the
know.
first we're hearing about it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Hearing about
sure
her.
someone out there knows a lot more about her backstory than any of us. So
Sure.
feel free to inform us.
I like the art as well, but I do. And first of all, I always like to say this before I criticize anybody's art. You know, just to make it in the comic book industry. You know, congratulations just for
Sure,
that. You know,
yeah.
it is. It's difficult to do that. You got to be definitely got to be at a certain level. You know, so and my little opinion doesn't really for much.
Yeah,
But
it matters to us.
but no, I just want to congratulate every artist that is doing that.
I'm surprised that I'm the only one who's not bothered by the shift in art. I would have thought that it's not Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was kind of put off by Bradshaw's art. It was there were too many lines. Like
I could see that.
everything was outlined.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of inking in that.
It just
Briefly talked about that last time.
especially coming off of the lead up series. It was like, whoa, okay, all right.
That's kind of like some artists actually like to do. Some pencilers like to do their own inking, because of stuff like some, but that's just a lot of work,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like overall, I do like this art, but like the consistency isn't the same throughout all the panels. Like some of them are a little bit more simple, like and then the other ones are like way more detailed,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you look at some and you're like, well, that's not and then you look.
Barcode browse.
Yeah.
Mystique had like 4 different facial structures throughout the book.
Yeah, and then so then you'll turn a page, you'll see something and you're like, oh, you'll turn the page. Wow, that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
the consistency isn't really there, and that's that's something that's something hard to do. But besides that, I don't really have too much of a criticism as far as the art goes.
Yeah.
Also, we found out how the how
We got a glimpse.
of how the healing factor is being taken away from.
Yeah, I forgot about all that last week. This unnamed Weapon X escapee that's been hunting his fellow experiments.
So you've seen this guy before.
Yeah, he made a brief appearance in the next to most recent Weapon X book.
Did you just forget all about that? Did you?
He forgot all about it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really impactful. Like, it was just like, okay, what the fuck is this thing? Why is he here? The whole book is just a whole bunch of dialogue, and then this ghoul bursts through the window, and
Very
Dakin
cool.
tries to take him on, and he just wraps him up in this energy ribbon and sucks out his healing factor, and then buggers off.
I wonder, do you think it could be somebody completely new, or do you think maybe it's somebody from the pre-existing Marvel canon?
Interesting.
I don't know. You would know better than I what previous characters would have that type of ability. But,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, they implied that it was a Weapon X experiment.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it didn't really make an impact on me when he showed up. It was like, oh, okay, what is this guy? Why is he here? And what's going on?
Yeah.
Why is this
important?
important?
It would have been nice of Mystique to decide to break in and say, hey, why don't I just pay you guys what you're making? You know, her little spiel before Dakin's arm and eyeball get ripped out and off.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't you do that before?
Around the hallways?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Help. Yeah, let's get a little bit into this story right here.
Yeah.
We covered the art. Let's not.
No, we shouldn't. It won't bear our scrutiny.
Yeah.
It won't bear the weight of it. So
yeah, I mean, kind of like the last issue. Like, not all that much really happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did make a good point with Mystique. And
why is Dakin stumbling around? Usually, if you get a body part removed, you're about 10 seconds away from dead, and you're comatose.
Yeah,
instead
you go into shock, and you twitch on the floor, and then you black out.
Yeah, well, I can totally see how he'd be going, like doing that and going berserk if he had his healing factor.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
it's disappointed he didn't have powers.
Yeah,
that's lame. And I'm not too familiar with the Wrecking Ball, the Wrecking Crew, but I didn't know that like the crowbar could outrun or go faster than the speedster. Had like boomerang powers.
yeah.
And it's not even the same writer from last week. It's Ray Fox. Not familiar with him at all.
No.
So
yeah, and then they finally give Indo some action, and all she does is trip over a metal bar and blow it. I mean, I guess that's cool that they're illustrating that these guys really don't know what they're doing and that they're kind of in over their head.
Yeah, which made them completely useless, except that they have the code words.
Yeah, they got those. That's it.
The only guy that actually has any sense of what's going on or where to progress is Shogun.
Yeah.
And he's too busy fighting amongst his person.
I finally caught what they did there with his name. In the previous he was Sharp, possessed by Ogun, so Shogun.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Like, another thing I kind of want to talk about is, so it's got in this comic, it's like a whole bunch of new characters, and then a bunch of other characters that aren't really. I mean, you have Mystique and Sabretooth, but there's I mean, who's the most appealing character out of the entire crowd? Maybe X-23. I don't even.
That's
what I'm saying?
Really good question.
Yeah, it's
Mystique is kind of Sabretooth, okay, but he's been half the book on.
Yeah, so it's
they seem like they're just kind of there to progress the plot.
Yeah, normally there's at least one big name character that
really interesting.
Yeah, that.
I mean, the whole thing's really centered around Shogun / Sharp.
Yeah,
all the books leading up to this were
X-23 Dakin's relationship was kind of explored a little bit.
But I guess Dakin is, I guess people could like. I mean, for me, the most interesting character is, or the most well-known character is Sinister. You know, like he's kind of like.
I'm glad he they pulled him out of the mothballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for all of 2 lines.
Yeah. He's not even in it that much.
I did enjoy the techno babble of them in his little lair where they're like spinning up all his gizmos, and, neutrino insertion optimally or whatever they say.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Yeah.
They know that they've already put a lot into this storyline. You know.
Sure. So, there's a spoiler for next. Spoiler for the next issue 3, and it's going to have someone that's been making cameos in other books.
Don't say it.
Should I have to wait and see next week? Punisher. So next book on the list.
Just my take on the whole thing is it just seems like the entire series feels like it's just marking time. Like, it's just they're going through the motions necessary to get through to the next major plot point. And
Marvel can't exist without a Wolverine comic running.
Yeah.
Can't. He's their cash cow.
I mean, it honestly feels
he's their little
like
tiny shorty cat
filler series.
Cow.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this could have been taken care of in a single issue.
Bad influence for young children.
You're not going to do that. A single issue is only $3 or $4 or $5.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Personally, I was rather disappointed with it.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know.
All right. Next up on the docket, which one do you guys want to take?
Let's do all new Captain America and save Star Wars for last.
All right. Yeah. All right. This is your baby, D. What you got?
What you got?
Don't punch me.
Why you're
history of violence.
Okay.
No Darrens were hurt.
Here we go.
This video.
No Darrens were hurt. Yeah. So here's number 3 of all new Captain America. Here you go. Get that.
Good here up there.
Just right for you people.
Good looking cover.
Good looking cover.
I do agree with that.
Maybe in this day and age of sports figures.
Yeah.
Beating.
Russell Wilson on the cup.
No.
No.
He would never do such a thing.
This is one we've been following. Rick Remender and Stuart. Okay, we figured out how to say his name correctly. Immonen. Yeah.
Like imminent, awesome artwork.
Awesome artwork. It's been awesome artwork throughout this whole thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, this is one of those where you can freaking you can just take. Look at this right here.
Any of the larger panels and
you can take any of these big panels and
strapped to the tank.
Yeah, where he's chained up to that tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you could make any of these panels like a freaking poster. I mean, so we're both a pretty big fan of his artwork. I don't think I can say anything bad about the art in here.
No, and it's made even better by Von Badger's inks, who Immonen usually works with him to great effect. Really dark.
Look, I just love like the inking, like certain details are just made complete black, like in the faces and even in just all throughout. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, look at this, like muscle, the anatomy, like certain parts of it are completely inked out, and yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, lots of good lighting effects.
Yeah.
Certainly really takes lighting into account.
Yeah.
Which is good when you got such a large portion of the book is a trippy dream sequence type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can it's really it's a
exploration of potential alternate pasts.
Yeah,
if you use the Marvel digital app, you can get all these digitally, all these comics, and then look at some of the art, like on
backlit.
yeah, like on your computer, like like in high resolution. Some of it is like really
Yes.
really
Yeah,
cool.
it punches it a lot.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just a bizarre thing with them floating through space in the back
right.
of a tank.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I
Yeah.
mean, do you have anything to say about anything else about the art, Dave? Before we go to the
No, that was phenomenal. I mean, Yeah, no. I got nothing to say to critique. It's nothing really stuck out that really brought me out of the story or anything. It just flowed really well.
great anatomy, poses are awesome. Yeah, he's been doing this for a while, for a long time, and it definitely shows. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're into really artistic, comics, then yeah, I'd get this. Marte Gracia and Dono Sanchez Almara are the colorist for it, and they did a really good job with the colors. I like and like some of them really set the tones. Like when you see him. When it's talking about his family and his father in the first, it's like it's like monochromatic gray,
Yeah.
And even some of the darker scenes are like that too. And then there's some red that kind of pops out from it, just kind of
Yeah. I believe this is his niece and nephew. So it's, talking about his family, and
yeah,
it gives great insight into the background of Falcon Cap.
Yeah.
Falcon Cap, that's good.
Falcap.
Calpfin.
So much like
Wait.
Cap.
Calp.
Bird cat. Cat bird.
Yeah. Cat. Yeah. And so he's fighting Sin in this issue.
It's wonderful to have a Captain America.
I was not familiar with.
Yeah, Cynthia Schmidt is the Red Skull's daughter. She's basically, she's the Red Skull wanted to have an heir, and he wanted a son, but he ended up getting a daughter, and he was actually gonna just kill her when she was a child. And I don't know terribly too much about the story, but somebody convinced him to keep her alive, and she's always kind of trying to be
live
his
up to her father's expectations and stuff.
Yeah.
Live over her father's expectations. Yeah.
I think it's Fear Itself, issue 0. I have that. We need to read it.
Yeah. She's in that one.
She's a cool character.
And she did have some. She at one point in time, she was called a character called Mother Superior, I think, and she had crazy powers and stuff. But
she got one of the hammers.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. So she does have. So a lot of people might not recognize her, but she does have a bit of a past.
Yeah.
And so she's. I like the dialogue that she has during here. She's kind of trying to manipulate.
Yeah.
Here.
Just break him down, kind of gaslight him. Just
that's
no,
written.
You're all of your memories are false.
Yeah.
You're a common street thug. You are not a hero. You're a weapon that we have bred and manipulated, and we are using you.
And it also kind of and Falcon doesn't really, or Captain America, whatever, he doesn't fall for it completely, but you can tell at the end.
You can see him. He's kind of questioning,
was kind of getting
really,
to him.
Is this really what?
Which adds to the character development. Yes, he is Falcon. Yeah, he's been around for a very long time, and Sam Wilson. We know all about him, but is he really? I think it's kind of I think they're kind of playing with okay, is he really ready to be the next Captain?
Yeah.
Because he is somewhat being able to be manipulated by these villains,
Yeah.
So
he's got. I mean, there are going to be reader questions.
Yeah.
Can he live up to that example? And
right. Yeah. There's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's also showing that he's just an entirely different Captain America
That's
than
true.
Steve Rogers.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, especially if you look at in the first page, here we have somebody that's not only were they in peril because of Steve Rogers, but they're dead now.
right?
His son
Yeah.
Ian. Whereas,
Yeah, that blew me away
Well,
that-
it's
that
adopted.
in the previous issue. Just like, nope, just
whereas, what's the Falcon's real name?
no
Sam-
bones about it.
Sam
Just-
Wilson is willing to lay down the shield, throw away his wings, and at least pretend like he's gonna jump off a cliff instead of allowing one of his relatives to be harmed.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit more, concern for the
Russell
people
Wilson.
he cares about. Russell Wilson, yeah, he's got heart. He's a leader. I just think it's fantastic that we have a flying Captain America. I mean, America has always had a really strong Air Force.
But would you-
American Eagles.
Oh, okay.
you know.
Would you trade the wings for the super soldier serum?
It looks like he's got some kind of super strength. I guess that was a mental image of him breaking the chains.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah, that
It
was
was all in his head.
Yeah, all that.
I wish he
Yeah.
had
I was
both.
kind of confused with that at first. I'm like, what the? He's back in World War II. What happened? Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, well,
they-
I mean, the whole thing was a simulation anyway. So
Or
Yeah, yeah.
hallucination or whatever. Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's,
I was kind of confused. Like, does Sin have her old powers back, or like
Yeah.
what's in? But no, it was. I guess it was just some. Yeah.
it'd be nice if he had the super soldier powers as well, but just
Yeah.
seeing the shots of him flying around and landing and the momentum he can get going with wings and the shield, it's just really dynamic.
Yeah, but like
It
I'm
helps to
still
have
a
a
little
pet.
bit. Like he like is he really this much
Hadn't
of,
sold you,
of
huh?
a badass? Like I
think
mean,
he is.
I
I think he's great.
for somebody without a super soldier serum, is it can you pass it off like that? I mean,
Sure.
they got to make them like that.
I mean, aside from being able to talk to birds, he's basically Batman with wings.
Sure. What's
Yeah.
the formula? Is it power, or what is the formula that includes velocity, mass, and velocity? Is what force?
Oh, Dave knows this.
So if he's got enough
Force
speed
equals mass times acceleration.
times acceleration, so he's the wings give him a definite advantage
Mhm.
as far as battles, fighting hand to hand.
I did think the content was a little short. I mean, basically, it's one battle.
And not a lot happens.
Not a lot happened. Yeah.
It's all kind of just a. But it
Yeah,
gave us an insight.
Well, 2 if you count the mind battle.
Sure.
I guess. Yeah. True, but still, it didn't as far as like the main story goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a little bit of a clue as to what the Masters of Evil. I don't even know. I mean,
Oh yeah, kind of like just boom. This is our plan.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
yeah.
So-
So, I'm assuming this is the Masters of Evil, right? I mean, it doesn't actually say, but that's always who Baron Zemo leads.
They may have mentioned
I don't think I've ever read.
Remender's a little bit better in this than to say, we're so and so
Yeah.
villains. They're just
Yeah.
kind of like all
We are the Ginyu Force.
yeah. None of that stuff.
Yeah, but
Yes, we're going to show up and announce our team name.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming this is the next current Masters of Evil, because that,
sure.
Baron Zemo, I don't know.
Why not?
But it doesn't really matter, This group of
Axis.
baddies. Yeah, this
Axis of evil.
never say that.
Oh,
I'm back again.
yeah.
Remender,
It's my pick of the week.
Remender's bringing Axis back.
I like it better
Oh,
than the
this
other two.
this is your pick of the week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I really liked it. I love the art, and it's just not too much happened. So, yeah, not my pick of the week, but definitely comes in second place.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had to catch up, power through the first 2, and it's an intriguing storyline. I really like where they're going with it. I like the implication that every super team has a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's some Hydra agent
Paranoia.
in
yeah.
every. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they can go a lot of places with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could hold that in check for months or even years, and then
Unless-
spin it back to it and say, oh well, turns out Nightcrawler was secretly a Hydra agent.
Yeah. Unless Misty's lying about that, and she really is.
That occurred to me too. She's just trying to. Maybe it's not really Misty. Maybe she's been brainwashed.
Yeah. They didn't have much of her in that comic in this issue either.
No. It's split up on like the third page.
Yeah. Yeah. What did she go do?
She went to.
Don't tell the people. Spoiler.
Just the most recent locations of the infinite elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that as a plot device. The Wonkavator.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
No, evil has a Wonkavator. I'm gonna pull him out and do a Peer in the Past on that.
Cool. Yeah.
It's imminent artwork, and Warren Ellis writing.
Awesome. So we got one more comic to review.
Huh?
Until
next week.
I do believe it at least it's certainly mine and probably Darren's fave for this week.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Big hype around this one, peeps.
What?
Big hype around this one, peeps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The event for the week. The almighty Star Wars #1.
Star Wars #1, everybody.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Boy, there were so many variant covers for this thing.
Oh jeez.
It was insane.
19,
So,
20. Some of them like limited 500.
Oh
copies.
yeah.
Like I was talking to D earlier. Saw a couple auctions on eBay, like $650, $700 for a complete set of the variants of issue 1. Just absolutely insane.
It was a big deal. We actually had to go to the first comic book shop we went to was actually sold out of variants, everything, all of it. Like, and they, when we walked in the door, they were like, "Yeah, we don't have Star Wars." Like they knew, they knew what most people were looking for. You want to?
This is Dave's baby.
Dave, go ahead.
All right, it is by far the most cinematic comic that I've read in a very long while.
It's Cassidy for you, yeah.
Yeah, it just opening it up from the first page, you hear the theme music in your head.
Yeah, you do. That was
the first couple pages are great digitally because when you the panels, everything outside the panels is complete black. Whenever you view it digitally,
oh man!
So like it just, and then so most of the first part of the comic is or the first couple pages is in space. So it's like
yeah.
It's pretty
I'm
cool.
surprised they didn't make it like a full AR sequence, like the whole intro, like with it comes in and has the title scroll and the
right
Starfield and the ship just
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean it was still it was still perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And just you can hear all the characters' voices in your head and
totally. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
They really knocked it out of the park on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, and it's great to see. This is kind of a period in the canon that's not. I mean, I don't know. Is this canon now?
I believe they're saying that it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, good, because this is a period in the storyline that was never really touched on that heavily. The
old comics, there are advertisements in here for them.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really exciting and covered. They had different time periods.
Yeah.
Because they do a comic after each movie would come out before the other one was even released, or
right,
or anything. So, but it's been a while. So it's kind of like finally. I mean, Dark Horse did a great job with Star Wars. There are some great Star Wars Dark Horse comics, but It just does. It definitely feels like a homecoming of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first under the Marvel title, right?
In a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had some way back, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the first of the new wave.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Art done by John Cassidy, John Mac Cassidy, or J Mac, as you know when I'm talking to him personally.
Right.
You know, J Mac is
his art is incredible. I mean, I just want to
yeah.
go over and like mow the guy's lawn. It's so amazing. You know.
Yeah. It's he's
mowing lawns, washing cars.
He's done some X-Men. He's done some Captain America. But a lot of people know him for a certain comic called Planetary.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
My all-time fave ever.
Just Jordan's favorite comic ever. So,
yeah.
He actually does all his own inking. Like
really?
he won't let anybody ink his pencils, which is really cool.
It only took him all of 2014.
True artist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of work, man. That is a lot of work, so you got to respect him for that. I really like all these characters are from the original Star Wars trilogy. So you have your Han Solo and
it takes place between A New Hope and Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah. Great times.
Yeah, the rebellion. They just had this big victory. So they're kind of
but they're still scrappy. They don't have they don't have like major bases and stuff.
But they're gaining momentum. They just destroyed the Death Star. They're gaining some major momentum. So they're getting a little ballsy too. I mean, they're I just love how the characters aren't. I wouldn't say that they're photorealistic, but as far as a comic book,
they're recognizable.
They're pretty close.
Like they don't look.
They're definitely
different
absolutely.
than Like
Han
Leia looks like Han, Leia looks like Leia.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
he does that occasionally, Cassidy. I mean, in Planetary, the character named Drums is based off of himself, and if you see his picture in real life, it looks exactly like him. So
I had no idea. Wow.
He's quite capable of doing the realistic images of living humans.
Yeah, look at Solo. I mean, that's
It's Harrison Ford from circa 1979.
Yeah. Looks like Luke looks like Hamill, and so it's all very cool.
Very, very
love
cool.
The inking job. They like nice work, like what he does with like hair and fur, and like just like the certain parts that he inks, and like there's one part at the very end. There's this one panel where it shows an Imperial Walker, and just the detail is wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
All the inking. Yeah, it's really
machine work.
Yeah, all that cool, beautiful detail all throughout that. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
That's really He you can't go wrong with Cassidy, and
I like his lightsaber.
Yeah, how it's like time slices.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, they were able to get most of the big important characters.
Yeah.
In this debut comic,
and it feels like Star Wars.
It does,
See, that's the problem I kind of have with it. As much as I love John Cassidy, he's, I also like Brad Pitt and Scarlett Johansson and Johnny Depp, but every time they're in a film, that's who they are. Like, I can't really.
Right.
It takes me out of it, Like, I can't see them as anyone other than that person portraying a role, and that's kind of the only. He does such a great job. There's really no complaints about the art. It's just I'm so familiar with his stuff. It's hard for me to.
Yeah.
It's a little distracting, but it's it's still a bang up job.
So what is your criticism exactly?
That sounds like praise.
Yeah, no, I have very high praise for it, but it's just kind of I get taken out of the action sometimes by the fact that it's Cassidy.
So, is that you think that's more of a personal thing, just growing up, like knowing his art firsthand, or
sure,
yeah,
but he doesn't really. It's a great book. I really can't complain that much about it.
I really liked how it was. Everybody was real scrappy. Like everybody was still kind of catching their feet, really, still trying to define their roles in the story.
Right.
You know, Luke's not. He doesn't have powers. He can't, do his force grabs and stuff. He can't do the Jedi mind tricks. He's still trying to figure out. It's like, okay, I'm
You
here,
can kinda
I'm gonna
sense
do what I
stuff.
can,
No.
and I'm gonna be on the side of righteousness. But he almost throws everything. He throws a major wrench into their plans. And I love 3PO. I love what they did with 3PO. He's they actually kind of gave him a little bit of balls. Where Han's telling him, you'll be garbage if you mess this up, Goldenrod, and he's like,
Oh boy.
yes, sir. Of course, sir. May the force be with you, sir. Like,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? But I loved it from start to finish. It was.
Boy, it just
absolutely
takes you
amazing.
back, doesn't it?
Huh?
It just
Yeah.
takes you back, huh?
Oh yeah. And bringing Vader in as and
Yeah.
Leia just being like, it's like, all right, I'm the big, I'm in charge of the rebellion, well, not totally, but I'm.
You're gonna do what I say.
Yes, Chewie, take the shot, and Han's like, no, don't fuck this up,
Yeah.
don't screw this up,
Woman.
and Chewie's like, all right, and then, of course, Vader senses it, and he's like, wait a minute, and I love that he just takes the stormtroopers lying around and just floats them up and uses them as a human shield. It's like just floating around, just like as blockers.
Right.
It's so
Very cool.
great. And Han coming in and it's like, well, how are we gonna get out of here? We're gonna walk out, princess. And just, bam, Imperial walkers just lined up.
Yeah.
Like I'm really looking forward to how they, of course it's not gonna work. It's not gonna. It can't work.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing Han trying to jigger with a Imperial Walker,
Right.
I'm so looking forward to it. And
Just get Chewie in there.
oh yeah.
Gonna do.
We all know he's the brains of the operation anyway. So,
Yep.
but
Except when he's trying to snipe Darth Vader.
Yeah.
well, that
Dummy.
wasn't his brain. He was just following orders. He
Yeah.
was
Well,
like,
I think
I
this
mean, I don't speak Wookiee, but
this part, as cool as it was for him to be using the bodyguards as shields, Cassidy is better than these panels show.
Right.
Because normally this would have been
they were a little cartoony.
it would have been a full page. It would have been a splash page with him grabbing all of the stormtroopers and just making a wall.
Yeah.
I think, and maybe he just like panel constraints or something.
Right.
He wasn't able to do that, but
I mean, yeah, you always got to think this is a lot. I mean, there's actually a pretty decent amount of content in this comic.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these. Look at this. This is that's like 5 panels a page, and a lot of them are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get to 5, 6, 7 panels a page, that's a lot of art.
Yeah.
So that takes time.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, look at this one. How many? What's all going on? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a
I
lot.
hope he can maintain this level of.
Yeah, that's
Commitment.
Yeah,
that's,
I really hope this isn't like Wolverines, where you've got great artists and really nice panels, really good art, and then follow-up issue. It's just not to say that
no,
Wolverines
I
2
would
skimped on the art, but
I would wait. I hope he sticks with it and he keeps doing every issue. I mean, I would honestly wait. Even if it took him more time. I'd wait a month for.
2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Good, because it may be that long.
yeah, I know.
With Cassidy.
Right? Yeah, be prepared. Yeah. But
It's so hyped at this point. I think everybody's willing to wait
right.
an
Yeah.
extra month.
I mean, just and then Jason Aaron's the writer. He's also doing Thor right now.
oh really?
So
Yeah.
yeah. So he's got
Capable hands.
he's got he's got plenty of experience. So definitely capable hands. His like when he got into comics, his what is it? His cousin a family member of his actually wrote the autobiography for Full Metal Jacket.
Really?
Yes, and that's how he like kind of like one of his major
Holy
influences. Yeah, yeah. But he knew he wanted to do comics, so you know he did use that as an influence, and yeah, but yeah, very cool that he's on it.
He's done a lot that we've read.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. So
Very
you know
active.
that's a nice solid team.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Martin, she usually works with Cassidy, so
Wonderful.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, they're not gonna pull out the B string for
No.
freaking Star Wars.
No,
She was
no,
with
no,
them
no.
all throughout Planetary, and
yeah.
she's
I mean,
great.
they've been building up to this for.
Planetary, go get yourself some Planetary right now, people.
I should own all the
Check
trades,
it
even
out.
though I have all the issues.
Yeah.
Just pass them around.
Yeah. Maybe Jay will do a Peer into the Past.
That would
That would be the
Triple P.
And you know, as I when I first read it, you know, I was kind of felt a little bit cheated by the length of the story based on the thickness of the book.
right.
But, you know,
It's a thing.
the previews and all the lead ups that they gave in it were just phenomenal.
Like 44 panels or something like that. I don't know. Something around that. Yeah. Yeah, at the very end it's a lot of
Yeah, previews for Princess
Previews
Leia
for-
and Darth Vader.
right, yeah. So this is going to be a whole there's a lot of little
Oh yeah, and I'm actually
Time
thinking
is-
about picking up
time
Darth Vader #1.
Huh?
I'm actually thinking about picking up Vader #1.
It's on my list.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just to see Vader square off against Jabba.
It's either 32 or 33 pages. That's comic books used to be 22 at least, with like just including the comic itself, not including ads.
I mean,
It's gone down since then, so you get 32 for.
I read
$5.
it, and of course, whenever you're into a comic, and you get to that last panel, of course, you want more.
Sure.
Of course.
You know, but when I look back on it, it has a good amount of content for a comic book. You know,
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
so
Worth every penny. If I
yeah, worth every penny. Yeah,
Okay, I like this one more than Captain
you
America.
do. He changed his
Right.
mind.
I've just been hurt so many times by Star Wars.
Oh,
Haven't we all?
yes, we have. Star Wars is
One thing I did notice in the preview pages for Princess
No.
Leia was, you know, they finally had the option to rectify in my opinion, a pretty significant issue in the canon. Is, you see, Han's got a medal, Luke's got a medal, Chewie
No medal.
still ain't got no medal. When's Chewie gonna get his medal?
Chewie. Who's that?
He'd rather have a biscuit than a medal.
He'd rather. He sold his medal for
Give
a buck.
Chewie a medal.
He got a nice big steak.
He got some bones to gnaw.
Yeah.
Instead of the medal, he got
Uh,
some of those super large bones for Chewbacca. Sorry, no.
so
Jokes.
yeah,
Yeah. Why are you obsessing about Chewie medals, Dave?
dude, man, it's been a thing for a while. You know, people want Chewie
Serious
to get his
Chewie
medal.
fan in here. Yeah. Chewie's a good guy. I just wish he'd get.
Yeah, he
What?
don't need no
Oh.
stinking medal.
They may all die. You don't know what's going to happen.
We know exactly what's going to happen. What are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, in the future, episode 7.
Oh, okay. I know. In the comic, we know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is like the only real, like, you know, it's the only real big drawback about these type of comics. Like, it's set within a certain time, and we know what
It's
it's
not
going to.
gonna-
You know,
Yeah.
we know the ending. You know,
There's not going
already.
to be a lot of worrying about them dying.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna die. You know, there might be some little
Some side
hijinks
character
with the
or
love
something.
interest or like some training. You know, with Luke. Or, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
there's going to be some interesting stuff in between, but
Intrigue.
But there's certain guidelines that they're going to have to, you know.
Yeah. Poses a good question though. How long can this last? Being powered by nostalgia.
That is a good question.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, true believers.
But even though that is an issue, I'm glad that they went with this cast and these characters instead of like going with, you know, like whatever the new ones are going to be. You know?
Sure. Yeah. We'll get to them.
We'll get to them eventually, and they'll all disappoint us.
No. The trailer looks pretty awesome. You don't like it?
No, I do like it. I'm just, you know, it's hard not to stay on guard with these Star Wars, you know what I'm saying?
Just say forget everything but the first.
Yeah, I mean, I've already gotten my heart ripped out of my chest once.
I saw it.
Yeah.
You got a problem, Misa? You got a problem?
Team Squad is about.
Oh no, Jar Jar.
Team Squad's gonna have its first casualty.
Team Squad.
He's gonna have an aneurysm.
So great comic. You both agreed it's the.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Get it while you can.
Get it while you can.
Well, like we said, it's selling like hotcakes.
Wars #1.
So for next week, we're looking forward to Amazing Spidey number 13.
Yeah.
Part 5 of the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Gotta get that Spider-Verse. Gotta get on it.
We'll go ahead and get Wolverines 3 just to give it, you know.
What?
We'll give it 3 shots.
3 shots.
If it doesn't improve next month,
you're out.
I've been following the storyline since Death of Wolverine, and even I'm skeptical of it. But
I actually like it.
If you guys are going to go with it, then I'll go with it.
I mean, I like the art where it's just the consistency, and you know, that's all. It's minor criticism.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for something to fucking happen. I'm just
probably
waiting for something to freaking happen.
It probably will next week. And then also, hopefully, Multiversity Guidebook.
The Multiversity Guidebook might be coming out.
So we're looking forward to that with great anticipation.
If it's not haunted with death and despair.
Any others? We may be getting into all new X-Men. We might check that out.
And
Anything
also,
else?
hey, if any of you out there have a request, something that you want us to review.
Yeah, I mean this has been pretty Marvel heavy. So, yeah. If you guys have some suggestions for stuff,
if you want to give us some image stuff that's a little bit out there, you know, a little bit, you know, not your normal comic book, just hit us up, give us a comment, and you know, be like, hey, what do you think about this one? And
you guys need to be reading this. Get on it. We'll do it.
Contact us here at this email location.
What?
And that about wraps it up for this week's edition of Team Squad.
Team Squad!
Team Squad! Back again! Rocking the house! It's time to end!
That was great!